Have you guys? Jeremiah, Achimugu. Achimugu is giving Benue, if I'm not mistaken. And you stay in Sokoto. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh yeah, Kogi. Yes, yes, Kogi actually. It's very nice to have you, Jeremiah. Yeah, let's have more introductions for the next 2 minutes so that by 8:35 we hit the ladder on the nail. We hit the ground running. Abi how una dey talk am? Amazing. Different people from these people from outside of Nigeria. You see, when I was creating my flyer, I was telling Jessica that in the flyer that please you should go and write West African time because we never know. People from outside of the country will see it. See it now. Somebody from Italy, somebody from Uganda. You see, that's why when you are doing things, do things with an international mindset. If you're just joining in, please introduce yourself, your name, your where you're joining us from, name of your business if you have one. It's nice to have you guys. Amazing people. Oh, Moses Mark is from Bauchi. Interesting. You deal with clothing. I also deal with clothing. We have several participants joining us. Welcome if you're just joining us. So we're just introducing ourselves on the chat box. Just your name, business, where you're from, and we also have like the WhatsApp group and just build our business, because the aim of this webinar is not just to have a webinar, but also to be to connect with ourselves. Post, please note Mr. Eagle Tech, Mr. Emmanuel Eagle Tech, as soon as he joins in, he'll do language in and help with all right, it's 8:35 as I is we are going to hit the ground. Okay, guys, you know what we're going to do is that we're supposed to have a sign language interpreter. We have someone that is actually deaf in our midst, so she can't even hear what I'm saying right now. So if there's anybody, if you can just be dropping nuggets on the group, before her interpreter comes, or even when her interpreter comes, so that she's not lost. So just dropping one or two nuggets. It seems that you are getting just like how you're writing notes. So my name is Sarah, and I'm an entrepreneur. The name of the brand is Fabrics by SD, and Fabrics by SD is a brand that focuses on two things. It focuses on sustainability and it focuses on economic empowerment. So we know that when we begin to talk about climate change and the environment, it's such a big topic, Abby, because even this December, when we knew that Hamatan period was going to come, at least for those of us in Abuja, we're feeling heat, so we're shocked. So we know that there's something happening in the ecosystem. So at Fabrics by SD, we are really looking to see how we can make our clothing more sustainable. And we can do this with African print. So we use like Adire, Ankara, all these products that are made of, cotton, that are very environmental friendly, and we make them into like dresses and other accessories. And when we are doing this, we use, tailors, logistic drivers, market women, to make this into beautiful Afrocentric products. By so doing, we are using one stone to kill two birds. So we are promoting economic development, and we are also building sustainability. All right. I currently stay in Abuja, and I was among the Tony Elumelu Foundation entrepreneurs of 2025. Give me a clap. Give me a clap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I'm just like, there are a lot of people who are just like looking to apply. Why don't I, share a part of my journey, and hope that it will be helpful to somebody, and so that they can also get the grant. But like, here's the catch, being a Tony Elumelu entrepreneur is not just about the grants, it's the prestige that comes with it. I mean, maybe if I had not won that grant, a lot of you will not be here. But the prestige that comes with it is that for life, you're a Tony Elumelu Foundation entrepreneur. It opens doors and opportunities for you. But even aside that, is very rich because it also allows for you to be able to um be part of interesting business webinars which are very structured. You get to have like mentors, you get to like meet people from different parts of African countries. That is open to 54 countries, so it is very diverse, with professionals, entrepreneurs, people from different countries, different ages. So it's really amazing to be a part of it. So I'd like to have my slides now, so we'll just jump right into it. So guys, I don't know, we can type on the chat box and just let Maria know that her interpreter sent her a message, is yet to join, but we can be giving her updates on the chat, so that she doesn't feel excluded, so she feels very much included in this. All right, so please, let's try to be our sister keepers on the chat. Let's indulge her, because that's the only way she can communicate at the moment. So let's even find out the whole goal of TEF as a whole. What is the goal of TEF? The goal of TEF is simple, is to empower African entrepreneurs. That is what Tony Elumelu is aware of, is trying to push, is that he wants to empower people who are entrepreneurs and people who are Africans. So for all of us here, we are Africans, right? So it means that we have hit one eligibility criteria, the fact that we are Africans. Please, can someone type on the chat box to Maria and tell her not to exit, because she just sent me a message that please, let's just type and tell her that even though there's no interpreter, yes, please, let's just at Hamayokon, please let her know. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. So first and foremost is the fact that we all have met the criteria. First and foremost, we are Africans. That's what Tony Elumelu is looking for. He will not fund somebody, at least for now, that is not African. The next thing is that he's looking to fund entrepreneurs. Who are entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are people who own and who run businesses. So if you own a business, if you run a business, you've hit another criteria. However, the interesting thing is that people even pitch businesses that they've not started. So business ideas, there are some businesses that are high capital intensive. So in it being high capital intensive, it means that maybe they need to kickstart that business. Somebody needs maybe like $4,000, $5,000, and they can't start that business, but they have that business idea in mind. It also can fly when it comes to TEF. So the goal of TEF is to empower African entrepreneurs, and it is done through the Tony Elumelu Foundation program. Now, TEF is not the only thing that Tony Elumelu runs. I think there's a program that is called, is it Agika? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But those ones are, I think they are specialized to East Africans, so the person in Uganda can apply. But I think what makes TEF very peculiar is the fact that it's very diverse. So 54, we are there. So can somebody All right, just maybe give Maria a short one line summary of what it is that we are talking about, so she's not left out. What the whole TEF is all about. So the goal of TEF is to transform. Now, what makes TEF a very smart move is that if Tony Elumelu is able to empower as many entrepreneurs as possible in Africa, it means that what happens generally in Africa is that Africa becomes more prosperous. And you know this saying that goes, Ubuntu, I am because we are. So he doesn't just want to thrive. This is not even Tony Elumelu PR, to be honest. He doesn't just want to thrive, but he also wants other Africans to thrive with him. And a very important development. Now let's move to the next slide. So we know how it has, this is just, the statistics of it. The fact that over 10,000 funded, 10,000 businesses have been funded directly. And this is no small funding, it's $5,000. No matter the inflation and all that, you get this $5,000, which is amazing, at least for the start of an entrepreneur. Because what makes this kind of money special is that is a grant. Those of us that own businesses, we like grants, because when it comes to grants, they are giving you the money to build the business, and you don't have to pay back. It's an investment that every entrepreneur desires, because for some investments, maybe they take a part of equity, percentage of business, or maybe like you have interest to pay back. And that particular research is given to you to use as your development without you necessarily letting go of your business, or without you paying back. Some of you paying back with interest. Now, this is a widespread development, because it's not just to Nigeria, to the entire continent. So it allows for collaboration, it allows for unity, and it allows us to build while being so. All right, let's go to the next place. So, let's talk about the whole structure. And some of the informations are not on the internet. So, foundation, I would this now. This is past now. This is me splitting it. The first phase is the application phase. The second phase is the shortlist phase, and the last phase is the grant and the report phase. Now, for the first phase, which is the application, I usually so here around now it's very important not to rush the application time, because sometimes when you rush, you find that maybe there were things that you would have written, there were some things that you would have changed in your business, because 3 months, 2 months is a long time, even a month is a long time. So as much as you don't know that first of March deadline, whatever we do it before 1st of March, let us try not to rush the application process. Now, in the application process, this is the time to put your best foot forward. They don't know you, they have no idea of who you are. It is only the things that you write in your qualifications that will stand for you. In fact, it's not even what you think of yourself. It is not what your friends think of you. It is not what your customers think of you. It is what it is that you write on your application that they read that gives them an idea of who you are. Now, it is also important to note that I didn't know this when I was applying, that at least in 2025, I don't know if it's going to change in 2026, it was not even the people in TEF that, shortlisted the applications. I think it was EY that handled the whole, shortlisting process. So it's transparent. So we can't even say that it's from their company. Maybe they outsourced it, at least for my set. And I'm guessing that it's going to be the same for this. So it also gives us an idea that it is a very fair system, at least, So as much as possible, you're going to put your A game in the application process. When you put your A game in the application process, it is now the application process that opens the door for the short stage, which is the second stage I talked about. This stage is just as important as the application process, because the application process gives you a foot at the door. It is whatever you do in the shortlist stage that would guarantee whether you would get to the grant and the report stage, as I've categorized it. So when it comes to the shortlist stage, there are a lot of things that you're going to do in the shortlist stage. And the first thing that I would say that you will do in the shortlist stage is what I call credentialization. So it is at this stage that you would get a timeline of the things that you need to do. For those who don't have their business registered, some people actually get into the shortlist stage without having a registered business, I think, because they begin to send you emails to register your business. If you've not registered your business, it is at that point that you're supposed to open a UBA business account, because of course, if you're not opening a UBA account, where do they want to give you the money? That's by the way. You'd open a UBA account. It's usually when you submit some means of identification, so things like passport, NIN. You'd also need to do like a bank reference letter. So there are like things that are around credentialization in that stage. The second stage of the shortlist stage is the fact that you get to do you have training modules and online classes, which is amazing, because now you get to be in class with people from different parts of Africa. And one of the interesting things that I found about it is that in our live classes, you find someone speaking English maybe for like 3-4 minutes, and another person speaks in French. It's very interesting. So you hear something like Foco over to you and you begin to hear French. Je suis le monde. Because like it's a mixed class, French speaking countries, English speaking countries are there. So our live classes are always like that. So it's a blend of English and also of French. So those classes are usually like once in a week. I think for we in 2025, it was every Thursday. So every Thursday we had live classes. And in the live classes, there was always attendance at the end. I think the attendance grace lasted for a day. So if you could not join the class live, you had like a day to catch up before the attendance gets closed. So that's something that you should look out for in the shortlist stage, and make sure that you attend all of the classes. But I even forgot to mention, before you're even able to, is it before? Aside the fact that you would need to attend the classes, we also had like modules. So the modules also had like but that was very interesting and impactful, which is one of the reasons why TEF is worth the hype that it gets, because the modules are very enriching. They tell you about business, they talk about like marketing, they talk about so many things that are centered around business. And I know that in my time and in my set, even the people that were in the agricultural sector, they even had like extra modules for them. So there's also like a timeline to complete those modules. And then finally, you have a mentor. So usually they pair you with a mentor. You get like an email or maybe like a phone number of your mentor, where you can just like reach out to the mentor if you have questions, or if you even need help, or if you need further explanation. And the nice thing about it is the fact that there is an email where if you're lost and confused, you can always send an email. But usually when you attend live classes, sometimes you find out that, for some of the questions that you have, people will just like comment about it and you find that they've somehow answered your question. So when it comes to the shortlist phase, that's the longest phase. Patience is very important, because I found that a lot of people were not so patient. They kept asking, when are we going to do this? When are we going to get the grants? When are we going to do this? Well, the important thing is patience. This is a system that works. So nobody is going to promise you $5,000 without delivering $5,000 in a world and in a time like this. So the most important thing is to follow process. If you know they follow process before, when you come to TF, follow the process step by step, line by line. If they say deadline is 22nd, I know some people, they are last minute people. They want to, it's 11:59, maybe network hang 11:58, before you know it's 12:02. Please, as much as possible, be patient. Follow it step by step. Follow it line by line. If they are saying that class is by this time, if they are saying you should submit this particular document at this time, and the time frames are very fair, as much as possible, follow it. Because if you don't follow it, it means that you are not even on your, one of the things that they will let you know that at any point, if you don't meet certain deadline and criteria, shikena. So that is the second stage. And then the third stage, which is the grants and the seed funding. Usually that is done in batches. All right. So some people may get earlier than some people, but eventually everybody that has completed the second stage gets their grants. Now here is the catch. In the shortlist stage, one of the things that you will do is to develop a business plan on how you will spend the $5,000. So the $5,000 is not money for you to go and chill. They are a very serious foundation. And what they want to do is to empower Africans through businesses. So it means that you're going to do a financial plan, a business plan that states the things that you would use your $5,000 to do. I, for example, would have like a fashion business. Some of the things that I talked about were things like maybe getting sewing machines, getting weaving machines, and we know that they are not cheap, right? Setting up a space, so things like that, to highlight what it is, and you would account for every penny in your $5,000. It won't be 499, 498. You would account for everything that you're going to use, the resource that they're going to give you, whatever you need to do. If you're a makeup artist, are you getting a chair? Are you getting makeup products? If you're into agric, are you buying fertilizers? Are you buying more tractors? If you're into medical, the business of medical, are you buying new medical equipment? So begin to think of the $5,000 grants, because it's not free money. These are the things that you would need to account for, what it is that you would use it for, because at the end of a quarter, there's a report that you would need to write on how it is that you have put in your money, on how it is that you have spent your money. So the goal of it is to fund your business, not to fund your lifestyle. And because of this, they are very thorough and they are very careful with the disbursement and with how it is that they handle these resources. Because if we are being honest, if somebody has said that this is how I want my money to be spent, then it is only fair, it is only ethical that they follow through with those things. Now, the last stage which I've gotten to, which is the grants disbursement and the report writing. Like I said, this is now when you get your resource, this is when you get your money, and this is when you would now apply the things that you have spoken about in your business plan and set them in place. Usually, something amazing, if you find a lot of TF alumni, whenever Tony Elumelu meets them, and they say, oh, I got your grant in 2020, or I got your grant in 2022. He asks, one of the things that I've noticed that he asks, he said, oh, how many people did you have employed? How many people do you have employed now? if you've noticed some of all those his videos, or what, he's always looking to see what has changed between the time that you were a part of TEF and now that you are a TEF alumni. So he's always looking for impacts, because whether we like it or not, KPIs are important. Everybody wants to see where their money and their resources going. So let's imagine that everybody collects the 5,000 and maybe just like buys a car, maybe just like Corolla or something. The funder wouldn't want to fund that particular venture anymore, because at the end of the day, it's not yielding purpose. So even as you go into TEF, understand that you are a part of TEF's big picture, in the sense that an investment in you is going to have a ripple effect on other people. So it means that when you expand your business, what happens is that more people are gainfully employed, right? It means that the economic situations of a lot of people will now change because somebody took a stand on you. So whenever you think TEF, don't just think TEF of yourself as an individual, but how it is that TEF can use you to impact the lives of other people in the community and in the society. Let's move to the next slide, please. Thank you so much, Sylvian. Thank you for, helping out. Now, who can apply? It was very interesting that somebody was asking on the group, in all sincerity, that, what is the eligibility process? So, first and foremost, you must be African, like we have said, citizen, or one of the 54 African countries. You must be at least 18 years old, all right? So the program is open to individuals with a business idea and those who are operating on existing small businesses, all right? So your business should not be old, at least, I think between, at least below 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. So it is for new ventures, it is for new businesses, not for the OGs in business. So if you're an African, if you are over 18 years, if you have a business idea, or if you have a business that is running, all right, it means that you are eligible for the TEF program. Next slide, please. I hope we are together in this class. Let me see some emojis if we are following.
Yes.
Thank you. So now,
Yes.
let's go into the main thing. One of the things that I said that will get your foot into the door is the application, right? Now, I'm going to highlight some of the things that I believe would help you have a successful TEF application. Number one, a clear business idea. Some businesses are not clear. Have a clear business idea. When I was introducing myself, I spoke about my business, Abby. And was it clear or not? Type it on the chat box. Was that my business clear or not? In such a way that if I was telling somebody just in those two sentences, they'll be able to get what I'm saying. So your own should also be clear. All right. I've seen a lot of people in different industries. It doesn't matter your industry. And that sometimes some people will make a face and say, it's people that are in agrico, or people that are in this particular any industry that you are. If you are able to clearly have a business idea, your business will thrive. Somebody's business that I think she won one of these grants from Access Bank. Mash baby food. What she does is that she makes baby purees and she freezes them. Some of the key things that she will talk about her business is the fact that she wants even working mothers to have nutritious meals for their babies. That's a clear business idea. I was also watching somebody talk about her business, and she said she had a lot of this hair on the beards, a woman. And she found out that shaving sticks and shaving creams were not working for her. So she developed a product. It looks like a lipstick, like a little lipstick. You just put it and it helps to take out the hair. That's it. That's something around the beauty industry. That business idea is clear. All right. Are you a makeup artist? Are you giving confidence to women? There are a lot of people, there are a lot of women who are going through, is it acne, hyperpigmentation? Are you helping them feel more confident in themselves? Maybe the skincare that you're selling, is it making more women confident? When a woman is confident, what happens to her is that she now puts herself out there, right? She's now able to better function for the society. But if somebody is not confident of himself, what will happen? They would hide, and the society is missing on the potential of that person. So can you see how you can infuse your business idea to the everyday life, that when somebody is listening to it, they know that every business idea is important usually, but it's just how we are able to communicate that business idea. So as much as possible, after this meeting, sit down and reflect. How can I precisely articulate what it is that my business does for, is it my community? Is it the people around me? Is it my gender? Is it the opposite gender? How can I articulate it in such a way that it shows that it solves a particular problem? Now, usually there's an executive summary. It gives an overview of the entire business, captivating the essence of your venture in a compelling manner. Now, like I said, nobody is meeting you, nobody is talking to you. They are reading what it is that you are writing. Somebody will say that writing an application is not where you should be humble. As much as possible, blow your trumpets. So speak clearly, capture everything that you need to capture about your business. Now, even aside writing all those things, know that for every TF application, there are places where you will need to fill in your personal information. Please fill it well. I know it sounds very basic, but up to now, some people are not filling it well. You know that you people filled forms before you people joined this meeting. Simple questions like full name. Some people are writing only their first name. Simple questions of emails. Some people did not get their email right because I sent bulk mails. Some of the mails were flagged that they were not correct. Maybe instead of writing E, they wrote A. Maybe they are typo. Please check. Make sure you read. If they are saying first name, don't write last name. If they say full name, don't write first name. Fill everything. Fill your. It's not a time to be lazy. That's a lot of money. Nobody will give you money like that on the virtue of laziness. Please complete your personal information well. Sometimes it's the small things that will make them remove you. With an application, you are seeing people 54,000 applications. How many thousand applications? They are picking 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. Any small error is you they will remove. Even if you're the one receiving applications, you want to, so as much as possible, personal information, please fill it well. Email, write it well. Name and surname, write it well. For some people, they even had discrepancies in how they arranged their names because they were some of the things that they talked about in our program. So they are not sure whether it's you. Your name is Sylvia Ajoke. In your application, your name is Ajoke Mojisola Yetunde. You remember the 3 names that they gave you when they were naming you. These are the little things. Your name. If you're writing your name, is it your passport or everything? Please make sure that you write it clearly and completely. Date of birth is not a time to be writing another date of birth instead of another date of birth. Imagine if you're 18 in June and you miss your date of birth. You went to go and press another date of birth and you enter 17. You think they will give you? So, my brothers and sisters, let's take note of that. Let's take note of that. And little, even this form that we filled at the end, I say, please join the WhatsApp group. I think at least 100 people did not join the WhatsApp group that registered. And it's the little perks like this, not even just for TF. If you're applying for things and there's an option to join a group or to do something extra to move, please take it. You never can tell. Maybe they will send information there that the people in the mail will not see. Because in the group now, I noticed that there were some benefits that people had from the group, because it was from the group that some people were able to type in their questions quickly. From group self, you can reconnect with people. But those people that were on the mail, they were just blank. Only when I send a mail before they will say anything. And if it now goes to junk mail, maybe they did not check junk, it means that they've lost the information. Finally, have a detailed business plan. That's what I said. Financial projection, marketing strategy, operations. If they give you this money, now how will you spend it? They want to know how you will spend it. When it comes to money is a mindset, and that's why a lot of people will say poor people will remain poor, rich people will get richer. Have a plan. How is it that you want this business to run? How will it grow? How will it get better? Will it get better with you having a physical space? Will it get better with more marketing? Will it get better with more social? What will make this business have a plan? This is a business that you are pitching to the TF Foundation. Find a detailed business plan for it. Let's move forward, please. Now, maximizing your chances. Maximize it. The good thing about TF is that it's every year. So if you find that this year you are not ready, or at least you can trust that hopefully next year it comes, because it's a yearly thing. But as much as possible, if you have a chance and you feel like you're ready for the chance, please maximize it. Be honest and be authentic, because trust me, they can tell, they can smell it. They've seen thousands of applications over the years. So these are people that are experienced. There are things that they outsource. So be honest, be authentic. Some people are already sharing their application that people should write it for them. And me, I'm wondering, because who better to talk about your business than you, the owner of the business? But that's by the way. Do research. Are you in the beauty industry? Are you in the food industry? Are you in the health sector? Are you in the fashion industry? Do some research. What is going on in that industry? What is something that you are bringing to the table? Or what is something that you are going to contribute in the table? We know that food waste is a thing, Abby. There is this business called Real Fruits. So what she does is that she sells dried fruits, dried mangoes, this and this. Food, what is something that you can do to improve your business sector? Do research. I didn't even know that even eggs, apparently that there is a lot of egg wastage. People, it gets to a point where all they have to do is just to throw it, because there's nothing you can. Is there something that we can use the eggs to do? Can we use eggs for more things before they get spoiled? People in the food industry, just little things like that. Check, research. You have the internet. You have Chat GPT. Use it with wisdom, because Chat GPT is garbage in, garbage out. Anything that you put there, it will bring out. So use it with intentionality. Use it to your advantage. Show Chat GPT that you are the human being. So whatever the research, however it is that you want, even if you want it to maybe help you, like maybe punctuate your, whatever it is that you want to, use with wisdom. Because there are sometimes that there are some written work that when you just see it, you just say, this one is Chat GPT. It's looking very Chat GPT. So please have also clarity, follow instructions. Important, like I said, if they say word limits, there's someone who say word limits 200. Don't go and write 205. But they say use uppercase. Don't go and use lowercase. Just read the instructions and follow instructions. Let's move. Let's move. Now, common mistakes. We've talked a bit about this. One of the most common mistakes is generic answers, and it's because a lot of people just give people to write this for me, do this for me. Everything is just superficial. Everything is just vague. Nothing is tailored because you're not the person running the business. You're not the person doing the business. So everything is just vague. Ignoring word limits. Missing deadline. Like I said, it's not the one that you heard that is first match. You leave it till 11:59. February 28th or 29th, depending on the year that we have, before you now begin to try to put your application together to submit. If you miss the deadline, that's it. Otilo. Lack of preparation. Don't rush the application. The amazing thing about the portal is that when you start your application, you can leave it, come back and continue. That was how I did mine. I didn't do mine in one sitting. Maybe if you're starting, say maybe on the 14th of February, you are a single Pringle, no love. So when the couples tension, you say you will use that energy for your application. You want to start your applications 14th February. When you start the application 14th February, 15th February, you continue. You can even leave it 18th, you continue. Leave it 21st, you continue. Abi, at the end of the day, the couples, they have their Valentine gift. You have your $5,000. $5,000. That's the best revenge. Channel all this energy. Don't allow anybody tension you. Use the energy to apply for your TF. In fact, you can even say that it's even that 14th gone. You want to write many things in your application. Please, let nobody tension you. Next slide, please. Understanding your chances, statistics, and success. Now, I'll be very honest with you. There are a lot of applications for TF because, like I said, TF is what's the hype. So many people will apply. So the truth is that a lot of people apply, but very few people are selected, unfortunately. Do you know, we can look at it from two different angles. Now, the first angle that we can look at it from is that you need to come with your A game. It's different when there are 10 people that are competing for a slot where 9 people would eventually be chosen. And it's also different when 10 people are competing for a slot where 1 person will be chosen. What this means is that you need to bring your A+ game, because many people will also be applying this same grant. Tony Elumelu is already very popular. One Instagram post that you post about this grant, do you know the millions that we'll see? The foundation is popular. I saw that they even put it on, is it Jobzilla or Jobaman, one of these popular job sites. It's flying everywhere. LinkedIn is flying. Instagram is just left, right, center. Even these like groups on WhatsApp that share opportunities is flying, it's popular. There are some grants that are not as popular, so maybe the competition will not be much, but this one is popular. People know the money is good. You know, the prestige is nice. The classes, they are what the hype. 54 countries, you know, francophone, anglophone, everything. So it means that you will come with energy, and energy, because many people around you are applying. And you know the interesting thing about it is that you people know, we in Nigeria, we don't used to carry last. So usually our applications now we they apply pass. So it also means that not only are you applying generally, many of you here are applying Nigeria. You people know us now. Something they all of us they. So it also means that if you are a Nigerian, you want to bring A+, you bring A++, because you know that your people are also moving. But another thing that I also want to speak about is that usually in applications like this, where only few people are chosen, just in case you are not chosen, don't think that your application was bad. Because whether we like it or not, there will be good applications that will not be selected. It's not because your own is not good, just because it's too much. If I have 50 slots and 45 people got 100, and maybe 2 people got 99, and I let go of the people that got 99, it did not mean that they failed though. I don't know if we are getting the point. Give me the emojis. Because I know that for some people, yes, we are here, we're going to get value from this place, which is a win first and foremost. But just in case your application is not selected, don't see if that is you that has been rejected. See if that it is the application that has been rejected. Many good applications, trust me, they will not make it. And this is where grace comes in. This is where prayer comes in, Because to be honest, many people will write good applications. Even people that used to review applications, they are trying, because I can imagine how it is. I taught in a school for a few years, and sometimes a lot of kids write many great essays, and they'll say we should pick one essay that will be big writes. Maybe for the term they've come back from college, and some will be amazing. Maybe you have 5, 6 that will be amazing. Even you are confused. But maybe if they now select, or maybe the other 4 people that they were among the top 5, they'll be thinking that the application was not good enough. It does not cancel, it does not change anything. It means that because it's very competitive, there are good applications. True, bad applications will not make it, yes. But also know that good applications too will not make it. And what makes TF amazing is that you can try again and again and again, no limits. Not like say once, some applications, once you try, that's all. We say don't try again, no. Let fresh people come. You can come back again. But as much as possible, we'll be hopeful, because you too can be among the few. If I can get it, it means that you too, you can get it. So have hope, have faith in yourself. Do your very best in your application process. Pray about your application process and leave the rest to God. And see how eventually, it turns out. All right. Let's move to the next slide. I'm going to leave 30 minutes for the question and answer, so I'm about to round up now. There are so many inspiring stories from the TF alumni. You have people from Nigeria in agriculture who have made waves, people in technology that have made waves, South Africa, launch things in healthcare. So you too, as you are going, let your story be successful. And it will change the mindset on how it is that you see this program. Not just as a program where you just want to go and collect $5,000. Collect $5,000 and do what with it. And this is where we really need to question our mindset. Because it's even funny, some messages that I will get from people. Somebody was telling me, I say I want to do free webinar. I say he came to my DM to ask me, that's me, I don't want to share money. Me, I don't want to share money. Which money am I sharing? Did they give me the money to share? Did they give me the money to share? Let's change this mindset. Not that somebody won a grant for their business, you'll be helping the person to how they calculate and how they spend that particular grant. Or anyways, people will apply it too. Now people will collect the money, so people will understand the shoes of other people. If it's like that, will the money even reach you? Family members have, friends have, even one trip. So please, let's change our mindsets. It's called seed funding for a reason. And you don't eat your seed, you plant your seed. If they've given you resources to build, somebody has believed in your business, and they've given you that money, and you go and you spend that money, you are not doing the person you are doing the person a disservice, yes, but you are doing yourself a disservice first, because you have stopped yourself from growing. The essence of a seed funding is that you plant it, you invest in it, so that it will yield returns. It's from the returns now that you can use it to do what you want to do. So as much as possible, let's change our mindset. Let it not just be me, 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 me. I want, I want, I want. If I'm able to get into this program, what is it that I will do to build the economy of my country? Because if you have a business, it means that you are helping the economy of our nation. It means that you're helping the economy of our continent. So let's begin to look at how we too can also have inspiring stories. Next slide, please. I'm almost rounding up. I think this should be my second to the last or last slide. And then we can go into the question and answers. Now, these are the next steps. Having said all these things, register for the program. If you feel that you meet the eligibility criteria and you are ready, register for it. Prepare your question, utilize resources, which is why I'm very proud of all of you that are here. Clap for yourselves. It takes something to register. It takes something to show up for that thing. Clap for yourselves. This is a step that is important, a step that will yield something to your life. Because what it means is that for people that did not join the webinar, some of them have said that they will watch replay, but I can imagine maybe some people saw it and passed. You will not budge, you will not be a part of it. Do you know that you are now 2 steps ahead? Because you have certain information that they don't have, and information is power. So these resources, this one that you have heard, as the Bible will say, don't look at yourself in don't be like a person that will look at himself in the mirror and forget what he looks like. Don't hear and allow it to fall to the ground. Go and put it into practice. And like I said, it's not only for TFO. These same things that you've listened to and you've learned today, you use it for your other application. The small errors. Maybe some of you were here, you wrote first name instead of writing full name. At least today you've learned something. Your application tomorrow, hopefully you will not do it. Stay motivated. Stay motivated. Don't be negative. Stay motivated. If nobody wants to motivate you, motivate yourself. 2 days ago, I went to tell my friends that guys, I want to start content creation. I want to write books. I was just listing them. Do you know what they told me? They encouraged me. They said I can do everything. Motivate yourself. Find networks that will motivate you. It's not the one that today you tell them that you are doing webinar, they'll say, what are you going to go and say in webinar that somebody has not said before? Have network. You people in the Nigerian lingo, ginger yourself. Apply for this, apply for. If they say have network, that if you say I want to apply for this opportunity, they'll tell you to apply. It's not one that they'll say that your business safe. You know what I'm talking about now. Some of you people are the ones that would even cause, what will I say, for yourselves. You are the ones that will it's not people that will discourage you by yourself. You will think of idea, you by yourself will discourage yourself. Please stay motivated. Entrepreneurship is challenging. Many of you here are entrepreneurs. You people know how the thing used to be when it comes to entrepreneurship. Give yourself energy. Be positive. Leverage on network. Utilize resources. All right? And I look forward to seeing all of you with innovative ideas. All of you doing big things. Thank God we have the WhatsApp platform. And that's what people will go after this web. The ones that will stay. We'll give ourselves energy. If somebody is doing something, give ourselves just, be our brother's keeper. All right. So having said that, I just want to say I wish each and every one of you the very best. Not just in TF applications, but the very, very best in the things that you want to do in your life. Maybe after this webinar, you may not be applying this year, or you may not even be applying at all. or there will be some opportunities that you would apply for. There are some things that you put your feet forward. In those things and in everything you do, know that me, I'm somewhere, I'm rooting for you, because the sky is big. It's big enough for every one of us to fly. So I'm wishing each and every one of you all the best of luck in everything that you are doing, and we would all succeed. All right. Having said that, I think it's time for our question and answer. So you can begin to type it in the chat box, or if you would want to ask, you can put up your hand, and then um the meeting manager would call you, and then you can, okay, people already have their hands raised. So according to order, if you want to speak, raise your hand. But if you're not speaking, you can just type it on the chat box so that we can answer as soon as possible. I aim for us to finish 10 or before 10. Please, those of us that are using 2 names in our email but uses 3 names, how do we go about doing the registration? Your email doesn't count now. Some people's email is even maybe like JT, EA, so it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you are typing the correct email, so that if you get the shortlist step, they'll be able to contact you. Not the one that you've got. Some people, maybe they've gotten one application. They don't know that they got it. They were crying that they didn't hear from them. Maybe they wrote the wrong email. No problem. But when you're putting your name, make sure you put your full name. Emails sometimes necessarily don't have middle names. All right, I have an email that is Sarah Dogara. I have an email that is Sarah Iyama Dogara, but it doesn't really matter. Please, can the link to the application be sent to the WhatsApp group? Link that you just Google TEF. You people. Anyway, somebody can send it to the WhatsApp group. We are here now. A lot of us are applying, so somebody can just put it on the WhatsApp group. I'll open it up. Hopefully, somebody can just put it on the WhatsApp group. Okay, yours is not opening. Maybe try another browser. Well, if you're opening it from a phone, try and open it from a laptop. Try another browser. But yes, and make sure that it's 2026 that you're putting, not 2025. TEF 2026, not 2025. All right, please, we can now, these people that have their hands up, can we one by one? Let me see. Omokun, Yemisi. Let me note. Yemisi. Mute, and let me have your question. Are you speaking? Because I can't hear you. Okay, since we can't hear Yemisi, can we have Kiki, please? Kiki, please unmute and ask your question. Kiki.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Hello?
you. I can hear you.
Okay, so my question basically is I have 2 questions. Firstly, I just want to say thank you. The class was quite the webinar was quite encouraging and informative. However, I missed some parts because my network has been very poor. So the first question I want to ask is to you, what made your application stand out? Like you in the eligibility criteria list, they were asking to incorporate something innovative. So as a fashion designer, because I am as well, what made yours stand out, and what do you think gave you an edge over other applications, right? And then the second question I want to ask is this link, the link to this video, can we get it so we can rewatch, or is there somewhere you're going to post it so that we can rewatch? Right, thank you.
Yeah. So for those on the WhatsApp group, we actually had considered doing this as a YouTube live, but it wasn't feasible. But a lot of people are subscribed to the YouTube channel. So what we're going to do is, this is already recorded. So we'll try to upload the recorded webinar on the YouTube platform, because a couple of persons could not make it to the meeting, so they can also rewatch. And now, to trace back to your first question, um, I think one of the things that made my application unique was that I followed instructions. I think sometimes we just focus on the big things and forget about the little things. Some of the things I highlighted, things like word count, things like clearly writing your name, things like, meeting the eligibility requirements. First and foremost, I believe, is what one of the things that made my application stand out. Another thing that made my application, I believe, made my application stand out was because I took time in my application. Um, when you take your time to do something, it makes you stand out as opposed to somebody who does it haphazardly. So um, just like how I mentioned that for some people, they won't see that our habit as a stretch. That's why I said, maybe give yourself time, because there are some things that you would find out or you would realize about your business that will make it, better as the time goes on. So give your application time. That's why I believe that the timeline is long for a reason. Give it time. Then find something that is unique about your business, you know, and it is only you that can know that. Maybe, for example, do you make dresses for plus size women, and because of how you make them, plus size women are now confident and able to run their day-to-day lives, or do you make um outfits for women who don't feel comfortable? Just find something unique. It must not even be that is only you that is doing it. Maybe other people are doing it, but just find something unique and just like add it to your business. Is it that your business employs only female tailors? Is it that your business sources only from from certain from a certain disadvantaged group? Something. Find something unique about your business and put it. And then finally, like I said at the end of the webinar, grace and prayers, because like I said, your applications can be good, it can be great, but it can still not be selected because it is very competitive. All right, there's another hand. Um, whose hand is that? Please, you can just unmute. I can't see the
Okay, I
names.
think it's me,
Yeah,
Ablaziz also.
go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, thank you very, very much. In fact, I would say personally, I grew up in a business environment. So my mom did her degree in business administration. She started with a fish pond business, and as of today, she's into cosmetics, which have also been part of the business since I was in 100 level, 9, 400 level. So to an extent, not as if I've been the active runner, but to an extent, I've had that, experience about the business. And I must say, business is actually a good thing. It's really needed. So my first question is, are there like cashy areas?
Okay. Is it just me or I can't hear him anymore? I think the last thing I heard was catchy areas. Um, okay. While that is being sorted, maybe I should answer a question from the chat. Um, what are the top three reasons applicants are rejected? What makes an application stand out? Okay, I've answered what makes an application stand out. Top three reasons applicants are rejected. Like I said, not following instructions. Number one. Number two, not meeting the eligibility criteria. Number three, not having a clear business plan. Not being able to clearly state what it is that your business is doing or will do in the future if you're given a shot. I feel like some of those things are the things that definitely um, make some applications not be accepted. Um, there are other hands. I think I've answered Yemisi, but her hand is still up. You can bring down your hands. Euphemia Wamaka, please go ahead.
Good evening, Dogara.
In
Yeah, thank you so much for taking our time to put us through this application. So I would like to buttress on the question he asked earlier. Do you think there are businesses that are high priority for selections
I
in
think that was
TEF?
um, what's that his name was trying to ask. Um, um, to be honest, I think that is very diverse. So there's this TF impact report that I posted on my Instagram page. My Instagram page is Sarah Dogara, so people should go and follow me. You might get more insights. And then my business page is Fabrics by SD. So find me, Google me, you see me, Google me. But one of the things I posted when I was posting my um celebratory post on Instagram was TF impact reports, and it gave like a percentages of the businesses that they funded. So there was agriculture, there was fashion, there was healthcare, there was technology. So it's very diverse. I wouldn't say that they focus on a particular business. It's just that if a particular group of people apply more, if I have 100 farmers applying and maybe 20 fashion designers applying, of course, but I don't think they necessarily segregate a particular sector. As much as possible, they pick from sectors. The most important thing is to have a clear business. you know I saw someone that won a grant and her business was all about mental health. I think she did an app for like mental health or something like that. So there are lots of businesses. So don't look at your business and say, please, they're focusing on this, please. What is it that you're doing now that is impactful to human beings, and do it well. All right. I don't know if Yemisi still has another question. If you do, you can.
Okay,
My
sorry, please. I left the call, so I don't know when I missed a whole bunch of this. I just met when I
Okay,
talking about farmers and mental health stuff. So I don't know.
please ask your question.
The question the other time, I was talking about business, my mom, and the
Yeah, all
some
that.
sec yes, some sectors like agriculture. And so my question is, are there some cash area? I saw that I just delve into the question there,
Not
like
just not just ask that. I said that no, I don't think so. It's very generalized. As long as it's
uh,
making impact, whether it's tech, whether it's healthcare, whether it's fashion, whether it's agriculture, climate, anything. Because by the time you look at their impact reports, you study if they funded businesses across all sectors. So just focus on your sector. All right.
okay, sorry. I, yes, second one, I was just talking about my mom's LGBT. She won, I think, late 2022 or 2020 about. For the fact that I saw women entrepreneurs, she's already an entrepreneur, social impact and all those. So you can see her too.
Maybe you can just type your question because your network is bad and we are rounding off now.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'll type it.
Yes, because we keep losing you. Oh, someone is asking if I can. My dear, that was one of the reasons I did this webinar. Oh. People have asked me to review to mentor. Well, really, my I have a very busy schedule, guys. I also got a master's scholarship. and it starts in February. In fact, we've started doing some things this January. So, I have a lot on my plate. I would have. It's one of the reasons I did this webinar. That this is how I go help una. Now you people go and hold the robes, as somebody said in our group on Zarafi, that they will hold on to my robe, I mean my clothes. Now please go and hold the robe and cloth of other TA scholars that didn't do webinars. Let them really use essay. And you can use apps. So you can use apps. Like I said, when you're able to write it, Grammarly, they're just like software apps that can help you check sometimes those small errors that you may have missed. Use it. That's why you have technology. There are some apps, Grammarly, some AI tools. You can use them to tell them. You can even ask ChatGPT a question. What do you think about this essay? After you finish writing your essay, do you think something like this can win? Ask that tool. Sometimes they can be of great help to you. Would you recommend applying using a business mail or a pass? I think anyone works. So I used a personal mail, because then did I have a business mail when I applied? I'm not sure I had a business mail when I applied. And see, you don't even have to have everything sorted when you apply. Like I said, I feel like some people didn't even have their business registered, because there were times when they were sending us mails that if you have not registered your business, go and register your business. So it entailed that some people actually. So please use what you have now. Must not have everything all sorted out. During the shortlist stage, if you don't have certain things, they will give you time to go and get it done. Also, will they fund your projects if the seed funding is significantly low, but you just need funding? I don't understand. Like, maybe you should just unmute and ask.
Okay, so my question basically is saying that, say for instance, what your business is such that needs a lot of funding. Say maybe it has something to do with say construction, for instance. So it needs a lot of funding, but you just need this support basically as something to just push you there. So
Yeah.
is it something that they'll be willing to fund, or they'll say, oh no, this one is too big,
Oh,
it's too big a project, something like that?
if you have a good business plan, you know sometimes it's just getting that first money. Maybe even if you're looking for 1 million and somebody gives you 50K, it's still something. you know so um $5,000 is a lot of money, but even if I know that there are some very high capital intensive businesses, but still it will do something. Maybe even if it's to register the business, maybe it is to do maybe one or two ads for the business, maybe if it's to do marketing, we will definitely do something. So please go ahead and apply. Go ahead and apply. Just let them know what you would use the $5,000 for, you know, and how it would impact the business. No money is small money when it comes to entrepreneurs. No money is, if they are sharing 50K now for businesses. There's one small grant I applied with 50,000 they are sharing now, and I got it. They will give me my 50. I told them what I will use it for. Say you have to use it for tech. This I can join it and buy ring lights. Any fund. In fact, if people have where I can apply, please write to me. I will apply. Please, no money. Somebody is giving you money for free, even if it's 100 naira. Even if it's 100 naira. What's your take on asking an express? If somebody wants to review it, you can give them. But also we all have. The thing is that sometimes we all have different perspectives to certain things. You know. So really, it depends. You can give them. You just need expert advice. For a lot of people who even just like review essays, They don't even necessarily touch your essays. They'll just write maybe some comments by the side or something. So yeah, you can you can do that if you feel that that would help your applications, for somebody to just like see it or go through it, and maybe someone can point out, maybe they have like different eyes, so they can, maybe there's some mistakes that you may even make and you will not know, but because someone is reading it. And another light, you can even share with your friends, you know um your, maybe two of you are applying, you people can exchange, some questions or some essays, and just like see how it is, and just like advise each other on that. Ooh, we're rounding up, guys. I have more.
Sorry, can I ask? I've been posting it on the chat, but I think you're missing my messages.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, please.
Sorry. Thank you so much for this really helpful like information. So I wanted to ask two rapid questions. The first being, can you basically make multiple applications in your name? I'm very sure this is somewhere in the requirements. So probably when I read the brief, I'd be able to know. But I'm just asking. So that's question one. Or you just have one shot. So if you are one applicant, you have one. Is
For someone like that have already applied, I can't
uh-huh.
I can't apply under the same venture again. I don't think I can't be funded twice.
Oh no, I mean like so.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like to in maybe one business gets funded and another doesn't. And these are in completely different categories. Say you have a business in fashion and another in the agro industry. Can you do two separate applications as one applicant or not?
I don't think so, because there's personal information that you
Okay.
picked, because you need to give them your name, date of birth, name, or
Mm,
they're just like peculiar to one person. So I would assume that you can't. So maybe just pick one
yeah. Oh, okay.
or risk
Okay.
be double sure. But I'm just thinking that since we have personal information, you would, but still do your research.
Yeah, I will. I'll check like the brief or what. It's just like it's like for masters, for example. There's some universities you can apply for two programs, and you may get into one and not into the other, but of course not both. But thank you so much. Second question, very quickly, and I think this ties into Abdulaziz's question. So he's been the one trying to talk, but I think he's having some problems with his network. So, can you complete an application for a family business when you're not the founder? So, this is an established business already running. You
Yeah.
have an idea to move it to the next level. You're on the board, it's registered. So, you have shares, of course, since you're a stakeholder in the business. Can you apply for funding, or you must be the founder and it must be your original idea?
First of all, the business needs to be less than 5 years. So that,
Uh,
yeah, that's what will make you not eligible, because usually family business sometimes they date as far back as 2015.
mm,
So with the eligibility process is usually businesses 5 years and under. So they're not looking to fund already established businesses. They're looking to fund newly or growing businesses. So that's a thing. Um,
thank you for that.
yeah, and as it pertains to, I think you need to be a key person in the business to apply, because like for people who had like partners in my cohorts, they had to have like documents of their partners signing and giving them like approval. So there were like some paperworks there, So in cases where the business is, let's say, it's a family business but it's under 5 years, you would need to do like a lot of paperwork to make sure that your partner is fully aware and knows what it is that you're getting for the business.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have more hands. So you can bring down your hands if your question has been answered. So we can take more briefly. We have 8 minutes. If your hands are up, you can just unmute. Um, Angela.
Okay, hi, good evening.
Hi.
Thank you very much for the insightful webinar. I'm glad I joined. Although I joined a bit late, I missed some parts, but I think I could pick up a lot, especially because I've applied for TF. I applied last year. Honestly, I don't know what happened. But I think when you talked about rushing the application, I think I'm guilty about that. I think I just used a day or so and I applied it because I felt I already had a business plan, and I already registered my business. And then I think in all the things you've mentioned also, I think is food business part of it? I want to know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Also,
Any, that's why they didn't put any business or any sector. And as long as it's a business, you're an African over 18, is under 5 years, is eligible.
okay, but then I also think just now you mentioned that it has to be less than 5 years. Do I have to now reduce my business because my business idea is actually to open like a cafe, cafe for food, but presently I am doing that from home. So I want to, but that business has been going on like since 2020. So do you think maybe it was one of the reasons why I wasn't picked because last year 2025 it was 5 years.
Poss-
So and
poss-
then I also wanted to ask about the questions that I had to give breakdown for the cash flow and stuff in the business plan. Um do I give my information of how I want to spend the money in dollars because the grant is in dollars, or can I give it in naira?
Mm, I think I think what you can do is that you can just like put it in dollars so that there's a good balance. So just convert, just keep converting to dollars. If it will cost like $10, put $10, because if you put naira, there may be a little bit discrepancies, and it may also confuse you as the applicant. So just stick to dollars. Have a dollar estimate for each and every one of them. And then when it comes to some business ideas are funded, so if you can also think of an idea, an idea is new, so it's definitely under 5 years. So business is not just businesses, but also business ideas that are funded. Okay, Ladan, hey, we have
Yeah.
5
Yes, ma. Good evening, ma.
people.
Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate your effort because actually it's not easy. Thank you very much for this wonderful initiative and opportunity.
Mm.
So honestly, initially I'm a medical student, so but I have interest in business actually. So how can I picture out the structure for a good business idea in health sector, especially in healthcare tech? Because actually I have interest on that field. Then you mention of how to register a business, especially in healthcare. I don't know how can I go about a business registration. Thank you very much.
So to answer the second one, business registration, CAC does. They're even doing like a free registration, but that one is just for business name, not limited liability. So check the CAC website and also talk to like lawyers. I know some lawyers do like a lot of the legalities around business registration. Then, in finding a business in healthcare, I think a key thing when it comes to looking for a business is just to find something that you're passionate about, or find something that a lot of people have problems in, that maybe there are not so many solutions around. So if you're passionate about maybe making more and more people healthy, look at what something that a doctor is doing. He shares information online. That's an amazing business idea, because now people know more about their health. So you can either find something that you're passionate about, or just find a problem around the health sector and see how you can chip in or solve. In finding a problem or finding something passionate about, I'm sure that you definitely get a good business out of one of those things. So we would have
Thank you very much, ma'am.
you're welcome. I don't know. I think Yemisi has answered her question, has asked her question. So we'll just have Memuna finally, and then we'll wrap up. Memuna, please. Let me see the chat box. Let me see the chat box if there are any questions. I think I saw Jessica's hand up. Um,
Was this question I asked about my mom's business? Oh, that is that one.
oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, someone is even saying reach out for business registration. Smart one, Kiki. Sell your market. I like that. I have a product in mind to develop a manufacturing plant to start production, but then the efficiency. Do you think if my application is geared towards seeking the grant? Hmm. Um. Research. I don't think they are funding research. They are funding businesses. So think of how you can make it a business. Think of how you can make a business idea. They're not funding research. They're funding businesses. To the best of my knowledge or an ability, maybe if you try, sha. But me, I'm just saying it that they didn't say they're funding research. They're funding business. So find a way to make it a business. That being said, a round of applause for each and every one of you who joined, who stayed till the end, who asked questions. Clap for yourself. Putafa, Maju. Putafa, putafa, putafa. Well done, guys. I'm very happy. I feel very fulfilled. I'm very glad I did this, and I'm very glad that you found it impactful. Thank you all so much for joining. We said 10. We're keeping to time and we're closing 10. You can find me on my socials, Sarah Dogara Fabrics by SD. LinkedIn, I'm there. Facebook, I'm there. Instagram, I'm there. TikTok, I'm there. I'm everywhere, guys. So thank you all so much for being here. God bless you all. Wishing you all the best. Good night and bye. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for our meeting host. He has done an amazing job. Thank you so much for being here. He has a different time zone, 4 hours ahead. It's like what? It's like 2 p.m. his time, 2 a.m. his time, sorry. And he's still here, to help make sure that our meeting runs smooth so we could not have the YouTube live. So please, a good round. Please, let's put thank you on the chat box. Thank you, guys. Let's tell him thank you. We really do appreciate you. You were very instrumental in making this possible. You guys, thank you. Thank you. Bye everyone. Bye. Bye bye. Guys, you can stop the recording. I think the rest of you can. You people don't want to leave.